The whole internet is built on a lie. There is a massive fraud at the center of the digital economy where companies are paying tens or even hundreds of billions of dollars on ads that get shown to robots instead of people. But ultimately, the victim isn't the companies. It's you. They call this ad fraud, and it's really hard to detect. But if someone could figure out a way to stop it, a huge percentage of the money that goes to fund your favorite websites and apps and shows will just vanish overnight. So much money would disappear if they could solve the ad fraud problem that it could cause a global recession. Is it sad that I'm walking my dog in the middle of the woods and I'm still thinking about the internet? I just like this stuff. This is a little complicated, so I'm going to break this into two parts. First, I'm going to explain how this all works, and then I'll tell you why it matters and why you should care. So in general, all of the apps and websites and even streaming services that show ads are plugged into these giant advertising networks. Say you're a toothpaste company and you want to buy an ad. What you do is you go to an advertising platform and you say, I want to target this particular kind of person and I'll pay $1 for every 1,000 people who see my ad. And then the ad platform goes and looks among all of the apps and websites that are plugged into the network and finds the perfect toothpaste audience for that ad and shows it wherever they happen to be on the internet. I gotta go find my dog. The problem is the ad platform sends that toothpaste advertising bid through this long, complicated chain of other companies before the ad actually sees a human being. There's all these other companies that measure how well the ad is working or do certain kinds of special targeting, or sometimes the ad platform just can't find that perfect toothpaste audience, so they plug the ad bid into another ad network and share the money. And here's where the robots come in. Here's the fraud. Somewhere in that long, complicated chain of companies, somebody sneaks in and they say, hey, I've got 1,000 people who like toothpaste, but it's not actually people. It's a system of robots that they've set up. Robots that just like masquerade as real internet users and scroll around and look at the ads and click on the ads just to help collect that sweet, sweet advertising money. There's so many companies involved, dozens, every time one single person sees one single ad, that it can be impossible to tell where in that chain the fraud is happening, or even that it's happening at all. Chili is really sad that I wouldn't let her go into this hazardous logging area. But what really blows my mind is everyone involved has an incentive to look the other way. See, the guy running the robot system gets paid. All of the companies in the middle take a cut. The app or the website where the ad got shown, they get paid. And the toothpaste company, they're supposed to be the victim. And they are, but a lot of the time they don't want to know what's going on, right? Because as long as enough real human beings see the ad and buy the toothpaste, the company doesn't really care, right? Because if the marketing department figures out that 40% of the money that they're spending is getting thrown away on robots, then first of all, they're going to look stupid. And second of all, the company is going to cut the marketing department's budget by 40%. So across the board, it's hear no evil, see no robots, speak no ad fraud. So there's no victim, right? Who cares? Well, here's why it's a problem. First of all, it incentivizes garbage. Because there's so much easy money flying around, it helps encourage people to fill up the internet with this garbage content that no one actually wants to see. It's part of why the web is getting so cluttered. And because the ad tech industry has convinced everyone that its systems are so magically effective, it justifies that long, complicated chain of nonsense, with more and more middlemen taking bigger and bigger cuts of the money that's supposed to go pay for the content and the apps and the websites that we enjoy and actually want. And that spread the money so thin that it's harder than ever for publishers of high quality content to stay in business. And because it's so hard to compete, it makes it easier for giant corporations like Meta and Google and TikTok to seize control of more of the web than they've ever had before. But here's what's really scary. No one knows exactly how big this problem is, but the best estimates range from 20 to 60% of all of the money spent on digital advertising just going straight into the garbage disposal of this robot ad fraud. And what that means is if anyone ever figures out how to spot the robots and solve this problem, then the bottom is going to fall out of the internet economy. And when that happens, it's going to be a bad day for everyone. Also, if you've watched this much of the video and you're not following me, come on, what are you doing? What do I have to? I'll do anything. Just hit that button. It's right there.